Formula One would be a very different place if Max Verstappen was not a factor in the drivers' standings, with Lewis Hamilton one of the biggest beneficiaries. Max Verstappen has been dropping hints over his future in Formula One to suggest he might not be sticking around long enough to try and equal Michael Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton's record haul of 7 titles. And that has led some to imagine what Formula One would look like if the Red Bull star was not a factor in the 2023 season, with Fernando Alonso undoubtedly the biggest beneficiary and Hamilton some way clear of his Mercedes teammate George Russell. With a third of the season already gone after Verstappen claimed his 6th win of the season at the Canadian Grand Prix, and Red Bull's 100th in the sport as a constructor, it seems the title is likely to be heading back to Milton Keynes for a 3rd consecutive season. Verstappen is now 70 points clear of teammate Sergio Perez at the top of the drivers' standings, with Alonso in close pursuit after the Spaniard finished 2nd in Montreal, leaving Hamilton to take the final spot on the podium to keep a pace with the chasing pack. It means Red Bull have now won 18 of the last 19 races, and given their dominance this season, one F1 fan, YouTuber Tomo, decided to keep track of the standings in a slightly more unconventional manner, by eliminating Verstappen from the running. Interestingly enough, it would be Aston Martin driver Alonso, not the Dutchman, who would be on course to land his 3rd world title as it stands. The 41-year-old would have been bumped up from 3rd to 2nd in 4 out of the first 5 races, while his 4th place in Azerbaijan would be upgraded to a podium place and 4 points in the F1 sprint, instead of 3. What's more, his decade-long wait for a race win would have ended in Monaco, and he would have also tasted victory in Canada last time out to make it 34 career wins for the 2-time world champion. That would give Alonso 150 points, giving him a narrow 1-point advantage over Perez, who would become a 5-time race winner this season without his teammate Verstappen in the frame. His haul of 149 points would certainly be more favorable than his current tally of 130 after another disappointing race weekend. And down at Mercedes, Hamilton would be well within the conversation to challenge for a record 8th title. The 38-year-old would climb from his real points tally of 102 points to 131, leaving his teammate Russell in his wake on 81 points. In this scenario, Hamilton would have finally ended his long wait for a race win, which currently stretches back to Saudi Arabia in 2021, by taking the checkered flag in Australia. Carlos Sainz would be sandwiched between the Silver Arrows on 84 points, with his Ferrari colleague Charles Leclerc still way off the pace on 67.